ich bin Kimberly und this is my video about love in Germany. Hey y'all, it's Kimberly. For those of y'all that don't know me, I make videos on my travels in Germany, my experiences in Germany, and also just traveling overall. So if that is something you're interested in, then definitely hit the subscribe button for more. I post a new video every week and I'd love to have you along for my journey. So if you have seen the title of this video, you probably know that today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about, and that is boys. Specifically, I'm going to tell y'all about my experiences dating in Germany, what it's been like, differences that I've noticed, and what I overall think about it. So to give y'all a little bit of background, I come from a biracial background. My mother's Latina, my father's Caucasian, so I'm kind of used to having a household where there is cultural differences. All of the dates that I have been on have actually been really positive experiences, but it's a lot different than in America for sure. So for me, I prefer to date guys abroad over guys in my own country. I prefer to date guys, European men over American men. That's just my personal preference, and I think it's really fun to just date somebody from another culture and to really see different perspectives and to have really engaging conversations, and I just can't do that as much with American men. So the first date that I ever went on, we actually just grabbed a few beers from a Späti and we were in a park and we talked for hours and hours, and it was super fun. And he really taught me a lot of interesting cultural things. Like, I had no clue when I came to Germany what a Späti was and how to cheers like a German. So it was a really interesting and fun experience. And we had talked for hours and hours, and I had never had a date where we talked that long on our first date. So it was a very interesting experience. And honestly, the dates following that kind of went very similar, where you end up talking for a very long time and it was very engaging. So my first time, it was a completely different experience than what I'm used to, but it was honestly such a blast. So the first difference that I want to talk about is flirting. So German guys flirt a lot differently than American guys. With American guys, they'll usually say a cheesy pickup line like,
Tennessee, because you're the only 10 I seen.
German guys are not as obvious with their flirting. You really have to take cues and signs, like looking at you and making direct eye contact, or if they're getting closer to you, and they won't directly give these flirtatious, cheesy pickup lines. So it's a lot different. It's a lot less direct with flirting, but Germans are a lot more direct in general, so you will definitely know if they're liking you with their words, etc., etc., versus like a German guy will tell you like, hey, I like you, versus an American guy will just flirt with you. So there's a little bit of a difference with that. Next is chivalry. So I'm from the southern US. I'm from Texas, down in the south, and here there's a big thing for having southern gentlemen where the guy has to open up the door for you, the guy has to open up the door to the car, the door to the restaurant, etc., etc. The guy has to pay for you. It's all about what the guy can do for the girl. And here it's not like that in Germany. It's more of an equal thing. So a guy will open up the door for you, but it's not because you're a girl, it's just because he wants to be nice and he would do that for the guy right behind him. So it's a lot different in that regard too. And I really like that a lot, because personally when I'm with somebody that I really like, I want to do things for them, like opening the door or paying for them. But in Texas, men feel very uncomfortable with that, and they feel wrong to let a girl do those things because of the cultural difference and the cultural standards where the guy should do everything for the girl, versus in Germany, for example, on my first date, I was able to pay for the guy's drink and it wasn't a big deal. He was like, oh, thanks, and we moved on, and it wasn't a big ordeal. So next is conversation. I kind of talked about this earlier, but the conversation in dates are a lot different. So with my American dates, it's usually like you don't really talk about very many political, religious beliefs type of things until the third or fourth date, versus in Germany, you get to all of that on the first date. So you really know if you like that person or not. And you really, like, Germans aren't scared to talk about hard things and to debate. And I really, really love this part. And yeah, and I think that's why you're able to hold longer conversations, because you're talking about things that really matter versus just talking about shallow things. So this was really different for me though, and it really intimidated me at first. So we talked about flirting, chivalry, conversation, and now for the kissaroony. So with kissing, I would say American men are like, you won't even know what's coming, y'all. Like, American men will just put their move on the first date and you're like, whoa. But German men are actually a lot more shy and timid overall, I think. And so they won't just go in for it. They'll actually ask you or want you as a woman to first initiate that, that sign that you want to kiss. And this was a lot different than my dates in America, because I'm used to the American men just like shooting their shots and just going in, but it wasn't like that in Germany. So it was a little bit different and I wasn't used to that. But yeah, overall, I give German men a 2 thumbs up. My boyfriend is German, so maybe I'm a little bit biased, but yeah, I think dating in Germany is just a very different and interesting experience for me, and I really like it a lot. I love the cultural difference on dates. It really just opened up my mind and my eyes to something different. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you have any comments on what I just said, or if you agree with it, you don't agree with it, I would love to hear it. I love all the comments that I've been getting and just responding. So yeah, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe for next week's video. See y'all next week. Cheers!